Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm going to be sharing some information with you today about a product called Local App Dominator, which was launched in mid-July of 2013. And we'll talk about that and whether it's a good buy or not a good buy for you. First, let me just assure you that I am not promoting this product. I have no affiliation with the company or the product, and I'm not going to be asking you to buy the product in any way, shape, or fashion. So just relax. I'm going to share some information with you that hopefully will be of benefit to you in your decision of whether to buy this product or not. Let me share some information with you about who I am. That's my picture on the screen. And I spent over 25 years practicing law and accounting and enjoyed it for the most part. It's like anything, had its ups and downs. But what I discovered after 25 years was that I was spending all of my time working and I did not have a life. Sadly, I allowed my kids to grow up and did not get to spend the time with them that I wanted to. But at the ripe old age of 50, I realized that time was running out in my life. Probably 2/3 was over, and it was time to rethink my priorities. So I made a decision to try to figure out a way to have a better quality of life and still have the income that I'd grown accustomed to. And I reasoned that the internet was probably the best way to do this. It seemed to be the venue for most people who wanted to work from home and who wanted to make money from home. It also is what I call the great equalizer because it allows you to compete and market yourself or your product with anyone in the entire world. With practicing law, I was limited to pretty much just my local community, which was fine. But at the same time, with the internet, you can now go and market around the world depending on whatever it is that you have to sell or to offer. So I love doing this. I now work from home full time. I market and do what I'm doing right now. Videos, I write blogs, and I've found a couple of companies that have really worked well for me. And I want to make sure that I can help people with doing reviews like this so that they don't make the mistake that I did. When I turned to the internet and started trying to figure out how to make money, obviously you have to find usually a company or something that you can sell. You need to partner up with somebody. And the challenge I ran into was finding companies that either were legitimate or that really did deliver on what they promised. There's a ton of multi-level marketing companies out there. They all have great opportunities, but the problem is you don't know if you're new how to really work it and how to make money. And that was a challenge for me. And then I tried different launches like the one I'm going to do a review on, and it just was basically a dead end. A lot of hype, a lot of promises that you get in and you make money by doing very little work, just spend a little money, and it just was all untrue. So it took me a long time, a lot of money, a lot of time on the internet, and thankfully, as I said before, I'm at a place where I can work full-time from home, doing something I enjoy, and working with a couple of companies actually that are very good. Now, as we begin to talk about Local App Dominator, please keep a couple of things in mind. That whatever you do, as far as whether you buy this product or buy any product online, or any company that you get connected with, always remember, please, that it's a business decision. I guess that's the accounting part of me coming out, and of course the legal part of me as well, but it's really a matter of sitting down and weighing the cost. How much is it going to cost me in my money and my time? Because usually the money is just a small part of it. You've got to really commit a lot of time to ever be successful doing anything, and you need to weigh all this out before you jump into something. So I try to apply what I call my bottom line analysis, which is simply how much time, how much money, versus how much am I going to get back. So most of these products like Local App Dominator, they're very similar in that they try to get you in with a little bit of money and then they pitch you on other stuff. And the sad reality is that the products may be really good, but the way they go about selling it is sometimes frowned upon. At least I don't care for it. The other thing is that a lot of products, even though they're really good products, they're just not a good fit for you. You may not be inclined to use a product like Local App Dominator. So let's take a look at it and see, and you can evaluate the product and just make your own decision, obviously. So the first question to ask, I guess, is what is it? It's a product that allows you to make your own smartphone apps, basically, in a nutshell. It claims to provide a software system and training that anyone can use to create smartphone apps. Well, obviously that sounds like a great idea, but how realistic is that? If you are a expert on the internet and you already know how to create apps, then you probably don't need this system. If you're new to the internet, what would commonly be referred to as a newbie, then even this system that claims to be so user-friendly may prove to be more challenging than what you initially think. And we'll talk about some other hurdles that you have to overcome. But anyway, that's basically what this product is. They've given a lot of hype about it. One thing that the developer put out on the internet is, and I'll quote, "Simply put, this platform powers more native iPhone apps in iTunes around the world than any other platform, period." He goes on to say that not only does this platform build beautiful native apps, it also creates mobile websites, so you truly have a complete mobile business in a box. And then they go on to talk about how you can build a six-figure income potential for less than $40 per month. You've got everything you need, and of course they're targeting the exploding mobile app market, and it is exploding. There's no question about that. It's just whether you can use this product to make any money. And again, remember the bottom line analysis. You've got to look at what it's going to cost you and your time versus what you're going to get out of it. I mean, let's be realistic. If you're going to build an app, what are you going to do with it then? You take that app and then you have to market it, you have to promote it. Do you know how to do any of that? I mean, if you don't, then you're probably going to be facing a challenge. I mean, you've got to find an app store that will sell this, market it. I mean, in a perfect world, you might be able to market it on Amazon, or you might go to iTunes, or you might go to Google Play. But still in all, you've got to invest money into getting this to the market. If nobody buys it, you don't make any money. And of course, don't forget that every one of these that's sold, whether you're selling it for $2 or $4 or $5, every one, a piece of that money is going to the app store. They're going to take their cut, 40, 50, 60%, whatever it may be, and you're left with what's left over to be able to pay all of your bills for getting this to the market. So anyway, there's a lot to this. It's not just as simple as creating an app. You've got to be able to get it out and promote it, get it on the internet, and where people can see it. And it, of course, needs to be an app that people will pay money for. There's so many free ones on the internet now that a lot of times you don't have to buy an app. You can just find one that's free. So just be very careful. I mean, this is a serious business that you're about to get into. Now, if you're serious about getting in and you still are considering this, you obviously need to know how much it is going to cost you. Well, the startup rate is $39 per month. So if you did that, annualized it out, you're going to be paying almost $500 a year for this. Now, they get you in, they want you to sign up, and they give you several options. One is, instead of paying a monthly fee, you can pay $228 for a year. Or if you really have some initiative and you really want to use this, then they give you a big discount by letting you buy a lifetime membership for $397. So you go from $39 a month to $228 to almost $400 for this. And that's what, of course, is called upselling. They try to get you to spend more money up front, because they know there's a great chance that if you only buy in at the monthly rate, that after a month or two you may quit. So they push that, and then once you do get in and you've given them your credit card information, guess what you're going to find that immediately comes up for you to buy? And that's training. $47 for a webinar training series that, guess what? If you don't have that, the chances of you being able to use this and be able to market this and make it productive is pretty slim. So again, just another way that you need to spend money. And by this time, you're probably thinking, good gracious, I've already spent all this money. Now what? Well, that's just part of the game, and it's part of, the marketing process, and it's done all the time. I'm not knocking Bill Holton, and I'm not knocking Local App Dominator, because it's a very common practice, and the reason it's very common is because it works. So just be prepared for the upselling that's going to go on with this. Now, here's a little tip. that you may want to keep in mind anytime you're looking at any of these products like this one. When you go to an offer page and they're trying to get you to buy in and giving you a, an offer to pay so much money, if you click off of that page and try to leave that page, normally you're going to get an offer to buy the product for a much lesser price, reduced price. And in this case, they do have one with Local App Dominator. If you try to leave the page, they're going to offer you a 7-day trial for $1. Now keep in mind, part of that is once you do that, you have to give them your credit card information to pay the dollar, and you're agreeing to pay a monthly fee of $39 unless you cancel after, before the 7 days is up. So it's a good way to try it for $1. The problem is you're probably not going to get much out of it, especially if you don't have the webinar training that they're trying to sell you. So I don't know how much good it's going to do, but for $1, at least you get to get in and look around and see if you like it or not. And that is a common practice, just like upselling. Downselling is very common in the internet business and with these products. So anytime you go to one of these, you may want to try clicking off the page and see if you can get the product for a reduced price. Now, obviously, you are here and you're watching this video because you have an interest in doing something online to make money. You may be like me, where you've tried a million different products, a million different companies, or at least it seems like a million. You've made no money, you've gone nowhere, and you're thinking, there's got to be a way to do this. I see all these people making all this money. Why can't I do it? Well, what I do want to spend about, just a couple of minutes and tell you about is what changed my internet world, so to speak, and the success I've had on the internet. And the great thing about this is it's totally, completely free. I kept looking and looking, and I, finally was just very frustrated, and I came across actually a video like this one, and I had a gentleman tell me about this company called Instant Payday Network. And this same gentleman, who had only been in the program for about 4 or 5 months, was already making $3,000 to $4,000 a month. And he had had a similar experience to mine, where he had tried a lot of different products, a lot of different things. Nothing worked until he found Instant Payday Network. Well, you're probably thinking the same thing I thought when he started telling me about this, is that here comes the sales pitch. I'm just going to try to get people in. I'm going to be another sucker. I'm going to get in, and then I'm going to have to spend money for something that doesn't work. Don't worry, I promise you there is absolutely no cost to this program. I'm not going to ask you to buy anything or spend a nickel. It is a completely, totally free system. That's what sets it apart from everything on the internet. If you just look on your screen, here's what you will be given once you come through and get set up. And again, it's free. You get an internet marketing system that is a proven successful system. It's very simple but very powerful. You have 3 different capture pages with very high tested conversion ratios. They work, guys. You have an automated sales funnel built in that works 24/7. You have an autoresponder system built in. Emails that are already in there. So when people opt into your capture page, they automatically start getting emails from you. You have free training that is phenomenal. The guy that developed this program is a guy named Jeff Buchanan. He's basically a master of the internet. He is very successful. He's a young guy, good Christian man, and has been very successful. He is making between $15,000 and $20,000 per month using this simple system. Now, you don't have to be an internet guru to make money with this. You can begin making money right away. It's a very simple system that they utilize, and the training is all provided. Now, I have to give you the legal disclaimer that there are no guarantees you'll make any money. It all is dependent upon the effort that you put into it and what you do with it. You may not make any money, but the people that apply themselves and spend 1 to 2 hours a day see results. And I would encourage you to give it a try. It's worked great for me. I've not found anything else on the internet like it. And again, it's free, so you don't have to pay any money. And the way it works is that once you set up your system, then each person that comes through that you have brought in, you will earn $58 per person. And guys, that may not sound like a lot of money to you. Maybe it is to a lot of you that are watching this. But if you can envision getting up, if you can envision getting up to, 3 or 4 people a day, that's That's between $100 and $200 a day. That adds up pretty quick. You know, you can be making $3,000 or $4,000 within a short time. And if you are like the guy that introduced me to this program, he now has been in it about 6 or 7 months and he's making over $5,000 a month. Again, there are no guarantees. It's all in how you use it and what you do with it. But the great thing is that you can get started for free. You can tell your friends about it or whoever. You can certainly, it's an internet marketing system that's very powerful. You can use it like I'm using it and generate leads every day, people coming in every day, and you're making money every day. And finally, one of the great things about it is it's not a multi-level marketing system. You're not going to have to, make cold calls to people. You're not going to have to harass your family and friends. It's very, very simple, and it's easy to do, and it's free. You don't spend any money. You don't invest any money. You just invest a little bit of your time. The training is phenomenal. This is what I used to get started. I didn't know how to write a blog. I didn't know how to create a video. I learned it all from this simple system. Guys, right beneath this video, I put it on the screen, is a link to pathtoblessings.com. If you click that link, all you have to do is watch a short 2-minute video. You'll get some more information, put in your email address, and then it will take you to a video that's about 30 minutes long, and you can get all the information that you could ever want about this program and how it works. So guys, click the link below. It's an amazing system. You really will enjoy it. You'll be thankful that you checked it out. So I'm here to help you. You've got my email address, my phone number. I'm trying to build a team. I'm trying to help as many people as I can to get out of the financial hole that they're in without having to spend more money. So click that link, check it out yourself, call me, email me if you have any questions. Thanks and God bless.